Hello, everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Nick Goepper exclusive. I'm going to win gold at Milano Cortina 2026. The three-time freestyle skiing Olympic medalist reveals how halfpipe is a perfect fit for part 2 of his career and why building a desert skate park has become a skiing cheat code. In November 2023, Nick Goepper reintroduced himself to the world. It had only been a few months since the USA freestyle skiing star retired from the sport after winning slopestyle silver at Beijing 2022, his third Olympic medal. But after working on hobbies and some soul-searching, he sensationally announced his return to the sport as a halfpipe skier. A specialist changing disciplines at his age was unprecedented. But in January 2025, just 18 months after he initially retired, Goepper did the unthinkable by pipping veteran Alex Ferreira to the X Games Superpipe title. I did think it would be possible. I believed in myself. I visualized it happening. It all went exactly how I saw it in my head, Goepper told Olympics.com. It was actually really validating because I wondered whether I still had the courage and discipline to win. So, to be able to train hard and manifest that reality in Aspen was amazing. I proved it to myself, probably more than proving it to other people, that I can achieve what I set my mind to. It's so cliché, but it really works. If you believe in yourself and you visualize it, you can make it happen. It's my privilege that I can hopefully communicate that message to a generation of fans and other athletes that can relate to me. Introducing Nick Goepper, Part 2. This isn't the first time Goepper has needed to change. After suffering alcohol and mental health issues following Sochi 2014, he turned his life around and has been sober for 10 years. But after being at the top of his sport for over a decade, everything had become too predictable and he needed a new challenge. I wasn't having fun anymore. I was one of the best in the world, if not the best. I'd been riding the same jumps and the rails for so long, and I felt I had mastered it, he said. I felt I could do bigger, better tricks and still win, but I wasn't having fun anymore. So I authentically and honestly told all the people around me, told my sponsors, the people paying my mortgage, that I couldn't keep up the facade, and I pulled the plug. Goepper was clear that this was not a continuation of his previous freeski career. It was a reincarnation which included unleashing a new wave of creativity from within. This is Nick. Part 2. That's how I think about it, he continued. I'm generally so focused on the youth and inspiring kids, but I think it's a great message for some of the adults out there as well. Reinvention and starting new with good intentions and a good plan is so invigorating and fun, and it can bring a fresh new outlook for life. When I was 24, all I cared about was my identity, and I lived and died, and so did my mental health with skiing. Now skiing is compartmentalized as just a part of Nick. That new look included wearing jeans for some events and creating unfiltered social media videos that were equally impressive as they were funny. By letting his true personality shine through, he was able to connect with fans and align sponsors in a way that was previous impossible. I had become my sponsors and wasn't being my authentic self. I had to really dig deep and find some personal confidence that I've never really tapped into before, he continued. I decided to be my authentic self on the snow, online, with people, with sponsors, and not care what other people think. And if people want to gravitate to that, then amazing. I think these days it's so important to express your personality and to show the audience who you are, rather than just the ruthless competitor. Nick Goepper, niche, halfpipe, the perfect fit. While many freeskiers compete in both slopestyle and big air, the halfpipe athletes are almost always specialists due to the unique environment and skills associated with it. People's Republic of China superstar Eileen Gu is one of the only female athletes who competes across all 3 disciplines, and there are also just a handful of men that do. But Goepper's mind works best when he focuses on mastering one skill, meaning the transition to halfpipe was a perfect match. By choosing to do halfpipe, you're going off on your own a little bit, joining this little core group of niche humans who are also willing to do it. It's more militant than slopestyle because it's so high risk and so dangerous. And it just takes a certain attitude, a certain person to want to commit themselves, he said. It's literally perfect for where I'm at in life right now because slopestyle and big air is more creative. It's more fluid and there's a lot more differentiation in the tricks, but halfpipe is more militant as 99% of the time people have 5 tricks in your run and you know exactly what you're going to do at every event. The creativity lies within the constraints. How do I make these 5 tricks the most exciting and creative that I possibly can, replicating Shaun White's halfpipe? In the desert. Even when he is thousands of miles from the nearest piece of snow, Goepper is finding ways to exercise his creativity. For example, the Fort Wayne native has a workshop at home where he creates furniture with wood and metal, including his kitchen table. But that creation paled in comparison to the mega project he and a friend undertook last summer, building a rollerblading ranch. I bought 40 acres out in the desert in Nevada, 2 hours from my home and my roommate, and I built a giant ramp and an airbag to jump off of on my rollerblades and train on, he said. It was really backbreaking labor that literally required so much blood and sweat. It's like 110 degrees Fahrenheit, 43 degrees Celsius out there in the summer. The idea was to replicate snowboarding legend Shaun White's private halfpipe, which was built by his sponsors in Colorado, but with a fraction of the funding and with Goepper's own personal stamp on it. I wanted to practice specific tricks that I have not done in the halfpipe yet. For example, I worked on this one trick out in the desert for so long and I almost landed at the most recent World Cup in Aspen. Training for it out in the desert was just a memory I'll cherish forever. And it's not done. I plan on expanding it. It's going to be super legit, and it's going to be like a cheat code for training. The ranch embodies this spirit that I want to show the world. We built it in the middle of nowhere, and it's the best thing ever. Creativity lives in the soul, and it's so important for life. Visualizing gold at Milano Cortina 2026. As well as having a flair for creativity, Goepper is also something of a history buff. For that reason, he is especially excited for the Milano Cortina 2026 Winter Olympics, where free ski competition will take place at Livigno Snow Park. I've been to the place where they're going to host the halfpipe competition, and I love it. I love the weather, I love the food. I love everything about it there. But once competition starts, Goepper will be all business. Another key motivation behind Rollerblade Ranch was to build a place he could train to win Olympic gold at Milano Cortina 2026. Using a combination of his unique training facility and his most important mental tool of visualization, the 30-year-old has absolutely no doubt that he will be victorious. Please subscribe the channel, share this with a friend, thank you.